the kitchen table, where your coffee ring is faded to a ghostly white. I'm rewriting the ending of a fractured fable, trying to keep the sun from swallowing the night. Inside these walls, the gravity is shifting, pulling every memory toward the center of the floor. I'm a tethered boat, aimlessly drifting against the heavy wood of a locked and bolted door. Sanity is a thin thread, I'm starting to fray, braiding it with shadows in the center of your coat. I'm a captain who refuses to sail away from the wreckage of a dream that's no longer afloat. Because I'm still here, still yours, in the hollow and the dark, a landmark for a traveler who's never coming home. I'm the embers and the ashes, but I'm searching for the spark beneath the sky as heavy as a cathedral dome. Sirens wail when the devotion turns to rust. No thunder breaks the silence of a heart that won't move. I'm just a temple crumbling into the dust, with nothing left but the hunger to prove I'm still yours. Before the frost can etch its map across the pane, I'm chasing the geometry of where you used to stand. I become a landscape shaped by your rain, a stretch of desert waiting for a drop of your hand. Steel doesn't scream when it's abandoned to the weeds, it simply lets the ivy curl around the cold. I am a garden made of unsprouted seeds, waiting for a story that has already been told. They say that letting go is the only way to breathe, but I'm fond of the pressure and the weight on my chest. I'd rather have the thorns than the empty wreath. I'd rather be the ghost than the one who is blessed. It's a mute religion, a vigil in the grave. I'm the only one who didn't walk away. Yeah, I'm still here, still yours, in the hollow in the dark, a landmark for a traveler who's never coming home. I'm the embers and the ashes, but I'm searching for the spark beneath the sky as heavy as a cathedral dome. No sirens wail when the devotion turns to rust. No thunder breaks the silence of a heart that won't move. I'm just a temple crumbling into the dust, with nothing left but the hunger to prove I'm still yours. I'm still yours. The clock is the only thing that dares to speak. Tick tock, still hers. The spirit is willing, but the floorboards are weak. The memory blurs, but I'm still here. In the corner of the room, in the center of the gloom, still yours. Staring at the ceiling where the shadows play, counting every second as the silence grows. The sun is just a stranger at the edge of day, bringing light to a house where nothing ever flows. Deep inside the marrow there's a laden peace, a heavy kind of armor that I grew myself. I'm waiting for the final bit of warmth to cease, like a dusty book forgotten on a high dark shelf. Hope it's just a blade that likes to twist in the ribs, a jagged little nights in the wooden cribs of every dream that thought it had a right to me. Because I learned to feel nothing, just to kill the ache, to turn the raging ocean into solid black ice. I'm the only promise that I didn't have to break, paying for my safety with a terrible price. No thunder rattles when the feeling leaves the bone, no crashing glass to echo through the empty hall. I'm a mountain peak that's made of salt and stone, learning how to shadow without a sound at all. Beside the door, the keys are sitting in the tray, cold as the metal in the center of my palm. I've mastered the art of looking the other way, trading all the passion for a hollow gray calm. Mercury doesn't scream when the temperature drops, it just retreats into the silver of its shell. The gears are frozen and the heartbeat finally stops in the quiet vacuum of this private frozen cell. I sleep with open wounds, but the fire is gone out. There's no more smoke to signal that I'm still alive. I've silenced every ghost and I murdered every doubt. It was the only way I knew how to survive. It's a mute religion, bowing to a wall of glass, watching the ghosts of our forever slowly pass. Yeah, I learned to feel nothing, just to kill the ache, to turn the raging ocean into solid black ice. I'm the only promise that I didn't have to break, paying for my safety with a terrible price. No thunder rattles when the feeling leaves the bone, no crashing glass to echo through the empty hall. I'm a mountain peak that's made of salt and stone, learning how to shadow without a sound at all. Hanging my keys on a hook by the kitchen door, wiping the practice smile away from my mouth. I'm a veteran of a quiet and internal war, watching the birds of my hope heading south. Inside this hallway, the walls are a velvet gray, holding the screams that I swallow in the light. I've mastered the mask of a functional day, just to earn the right to fall apart at night. Oh, publicity is a poison for a wound this deep. It needs the cold and the dark to truly bloom. I have a collection of promises I couldn't keep, hidden in the rafters of a windowless room. the wreckage and the rust. I don't need a sermon and I don't need a speech. I just need a corner where I'm allowed to combust. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the floor, finding the strength to be broken once more. Yeah, there's a place where the heart goes to breaking secrets, underneath a blanket made of static and dust. I have a ledger of pain, and I'm gonna keep it away from the prying eyes of the world and its trust. Thunder rattles the windows when the spirit caves in. No sirens warn the neighbors that I'm losing the fight. I'm just a paper-thin girl in a porcelain skin, shattering softly in the middle of the night. Yeah, 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 The carpet stays dry while the dam finally leaks. No witness, no sound, just a slow motion salt on my tired cheeks, falling until they hit the ground. In the secret, in the shade, this is where the girl is unmade. Searching for your reflection in a darkened pane, but the glass only offers back a hollow stare. Autumn is a river of relentless rain, washing out the traces of the life we used to share. Deep inside my palms, a ghost weight lingers on, the shape of a hand that finally let go. I'm standing in the graveyard of 1,000 dawns, with a heavy harvest that I didn't mean to sow. Partnership is a language I've forgotten how to speak, since the conversation turned into a war. The architecture of my spirit's growing weak from trying to be the pillar that could never fall, because it was a love I carried alone through the dark, a heavy gold chain that turned into a noose. I was the only one trying to fan a dying spark, while you were looking for a way to cut it loose. No sirens wail when a heart breaks in the deep, no thunder follows when the burden starts to bone. I'm just a promise that I was the only one to keep a love I carried, and I carried it alone. Ooh, no. Before the clock can strike another lonely hour, I'm tracing the bruises where the pressure used to be. You were the root and I was a wilting flower, thirsting for a drop of what you wouldn't give to me. Iron doesn't scream when it bears a bridge's weight, it simply bows until the rivets start to flood. I was the only soldier at a rusted gate, prepared to live for something you let die. My shoulders are mapped with the miles I have walked uphill through the shadows of your cold retreat, to a ghost in the hallway I have quietly talked, accepting the bitter for the sake of the sweet. But a bridge made of one cannot span the divide, it just becomes a pier for the rising tide. Yeah, yeah. alabaster skin of a ceiling that's forgotten how to glow. Autumn is a visitor that's moving in, painting every window with a layer of woe. Deep in the marrow, a slow motion red, twist the metal of a heart once gold. I feel the weight of a ghost around my neck, keeping me from shivering against the cold. Pills of memory are bitter on the tongue, dissolving in the dreams that never wake. The highest notes are the ones we never sung, the strongest vows are the ones we didn't break. Because my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor, they're just velvet raindrops on a bed of wool. I'm a closing book, a long forgotten lore, with a heavy heart that's empty and it's full. No glasses shattered by the pressure in my head. No storm bell rings to tell you that I'm lost. I'm just a landscape where the colors bled, a summer garden conquered by the frost. Beside the bed, an empty glass of water reflects a face I hardly recognize. I am the air, the sun, the lonely daughter of every secret hidden in your eyes. Iron turns to lace beneath the steady rain, fraying at the edges of the night. There is a quiet dignity and pain when you're folding up and fading out of sight. Lightning only strikes where the world can see, thunder only speaks for those who fear the sky. But there's a quiet war inside of me, where the casualties don't even get to cry. I'm a forest fire burning in the deep, where the ashes, the only thing I keep. Yeah, my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor, they're just velvet raindrops on a bed of wool. I'm a closing book, a long forgotten lore, with a heavy heart that's empty and it's full. No glasses shattered by the pressure in my head. No storm bell rings to tell you that I'm lost. I'm just a landscape where the colors bled, a summer garden conquered by the frost. The carpet drinks the evidence of grief, a silent thief, a brief relief. My tears, they're the only language I don't speak, stronger than the words that make me weak. They hit the floor and leave no sound at all. Rain carves jagged rivers through the window grime, blurring a world that stopped spinning weeks ago. Crumpled maps lie discarded in the corner shadows, tracing roads that lead to dead-end silences. Cold coffee rings stain the mahogany table, marking the spots where your laughter used to rest. Empty closets exhale a scent of cedar and wood smoke, haunting the hallways like a choir of quiet breaths. into every shared page, fading before the book was ever closed. Winter arrived while I was still chasing the sun, turning my footprints into puddles of glass. Echoes died long before the shout began, falling like feathers into a deep dark well. Seconds ticked away in a room made of mirrors, reflecting a truth that I was already forgotten. Wind sweeps the porch where our shadows sat, carrying the scent of salt and distant pines. Broken floorboards groan under the weight of nothing, counting the steps of a ghost who won't leave. Clock hands spin without catching on the gears, stripping the hours of their gold and their grip. Dry leaves rattle like dice in a hollow tin cup, betting on a fire that turned to grey wool hours ago. Water carved the canyon through the center of the bed, deepening until the shores couldn't see across. Starlight failed to pierce the ceiling of this cage, drowning in a sea of thick velvet ink. The compass needle spins in a frantic broken circle, pointing to a north that vanished with your smile. Moss beat their wings against a cold dead bulb, ashes settle where the heartbeat used to climb. The memory stars, I was already forgotten. Staring at the dust motes dancing in the light, where your laughter used to cut the air. The clock is ticking backwards through the night, tangled in a ghost thread of your hair. Inside this chest, a hollow canyon rings, echoing a name I can't quite speak. Gravity is pulling at my heartstrings until the architecture of my soul grows weak. Salt is carving rivers down a map of skin, silent as the falling of the snow, searching for the place where the end begins, with nowhere left for all this grief to go. Because my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor, they're just ink stains on a page that's gone. begin to blur. Bleeding like a watercolor dream. Everything is exactly as we were, except for the tearing at the seam. Iron turns to ash beneath the pressure of a promise that I was never meant to hold. Lost is the only thing I have to measure. How a summer heart can turn so cold. Rain screams against the glass to be let in. Thunder begs for someone to look up, but the quietest of battles always win. Drinking poison from a crystal cup, it's a mute religion, bowing to the floor. 1,000 stories dying at the door. Yeah, my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor. They're just ink stains on a page that's gone white. I'm a shipwreck drifting further from the shore, vanishing without a spark of light. No glass is breaking when the fever starts to peak. No sirens wail to tell the world I'm gone. The strongest pain is often far too weak to make a sound before the coming dawn. The carpet drinks the sorrow I let fall. Not a whisper, not a plea, just a shadow stretching tall, swallowing what's left of me. My tears, they're the only secret I still keep, falling while the rest of the world's asleep. Reaching for a hand that's become a trick of the light. Before the caffeine can clear the fog from my head, I'm a soldier still fighting a long finished fight. Smoothing out the wrinkles on your side of the bed. Between the heartbeats, a library falls to the floor. Shells of our history turning into white noise. I'm a ghost hunter checking the lock on the door, surrounded by the wreckage of a quiet broken choice. Memory is a muscle that I'm trying to ignore, but it flexes every time I hear a car turn in the drive. I'm scrubbing your shadow off the tiles of the floor, just to see if any part of me is still alive. Because I'm still learning to lose you in the static, in the way the grocery list feels one line too short. My grief isn't cinematic, it's just quiet and erratic, a sinking ship that's forgotten the way to the port. No sirens wail when the ice turns into me. No thunder breaks the sky when I pack away your coat. I'm just a mountain falling slowly into the sea, with a goodbye letter stuck like a angel by the phone, learning how to be whole while I'm standing alone. Yeah, I'm still learning to lose you in the static, in the way the grocery list feels one line too short. My grief isn't cinematic, it's just quiet and erratic, a sinking ship that's forgotten the way to the port. No sirens wail when the us turns into me, no thunder breaks the sky when I pack away a coat. I'm just a mountain falling slowly into the sea, with a goodbye letter stuck like a stone in the throat. The carpet drinks the silence of another failed day. Listen when you're gone, listen to I stay, but I'm still learning. Yeah, I'm still losing you. Every time I wake up, every time the sky turns blue. Lead weights anchor my chest to this unmade bed, pulling me down into a sea of static and smoke. Clock hands stutter like a heart that's lost its beat, while the silence wears me like a heavy winter cloak. Glass fragments shimmer where the future used to stand, sifting like desert sand through a trembling hand. Storm clouds gather in the hollow of my throat, and I'm a paper sailor on a sinking stone boat. Nails scrape the bottom of a well that has no end, chasing a shadow I can no longer defend. Light hits the bruises, but the skin remains clear. I don't understand my pain, I only know it's here. Thorns bloom underneath the surface of my pulse, stabbing at the rhythm of a name I can't forget. Old maps lead me in a forest made of salt, drowning every memory Watching the ivy choke the light from the stone of a porch where I waited for a key in the lock. I've become a statue, chilled to the bone, measuring my life by the heartbeat of a clock. Inside these hallways, the oxygen is thin, like a mountain peak where the world goes gray. I was so busy letting the cold air in, I forgot how to breathe in the heat of the day. Hope is a moth beating wings against the spark until the silver dust falls away from the frame. I've spent a lifetime navigating the dark, trying to find a pulse in the sound of your name. Because I'm the girl who stayed too long in the rain, thinking I could keep a paper house from the flood. I'm a slow motion map of every jagged pain, with a winter that settled deep in the blood. No sirens wail when the walls finally give, no thunder follows when the spirit goes numb. I forgot that I had a life I should live, waiting for a version of you that wouldn't come. Before the light can bruise the edge of the sky, I'm packing up the echoes of one more day. I was a bird that forgot how to fly, because I like the way your shadows will play. Iron doesn't scream when it's eaten by the salt, it just turns to orange and it turns to dust. I'm standing in the ruins of a beautiful fall, drowning in a sea of misplaced trust. My youth is a dress that no longer fits, tattered at the hem from the miles I didn't go. I'm gathering the pieces and the broken bits of a girl I used to be 1,000 years ago. I stayed for the ghosts until the ghost became me. Now I'm breaking the lock just to see if I'm free. Yeah, I'm the girl who stayed too long in the rain, thinking I could keep a paper house from the flood. I'm a slow motion map of every jagged pain, with a winter that settled deep in the blood. No sirens wail when the walls finally give, no thunder follows when the spirit goes numb. I forgot that I had a life I should live, waiting for a version of you that wouldn't come. The mud on my shoes is the only thing I own. A heavy departure, a quiet retreat, leaving the garden that I shouldn't have sown, and feeling the gravel underneath my feet. I stayed too long, but the dawn is finally coming on. Dust settles on the frame where we used to breathe, tracing outlines of a ghost I can't make clear. Rainwater swallows the garden we tried to grow, drowning the secrets only the floorboards know. Clock hands stutter frozen in a jagged line, still in the rim that used to make you mine. I thought I was the roof against your coldest night, the steady pulse that kept the shadows out of sight. But salt is carving canyons through this hollow chest, because I was just a storm, never the place to rest. Lighting matches in a house made of paper walls. I watch you shiver while my own ceiling falls. Ooh, static fills the frequencies between our skin, letting the bitter biting winter back in. Copper tastes like every word I failed to say. Rust in the bridge I could have led you away. Anchors dragged across a bed of broken glass, marking the minutes we let the healing pass. Cracks in the porcelain began to scream your name, feeding the hunger of a dying, desperate flame. Walls I built to hold you turned to iron bars, dulling the luster of our once aligned stars. You need a harbor, a quiet silver shore, but that was the tide that kept you wanting more. I thought I was the roof against your coldest night, the steady pulse that kept the shadows out of sight. The salt is carving canyons through this hollow chest, because I was just a storm, never the place to rest. Lighting matches in a house made of paper walls. I watch you shiver while my own ceiling falls. Footprints vanish in the rising gray debris, leaving the wreckage of the man I couldn't be. I wasn't the refuge, I was just the rain. Rust creeps across the silvering, eating through the shine of better years. Morning air tastes like charcoal and regret, stinging lungs that forgot how to breathe alone. Heavy curtains draped like laden shrouds, drowning the sun before it hits the floor. Cold wood groans under the weight of a ghost, walking past where your shadow used to lean. Bridges burn with a slow blue flame, swallowing the trail back to your side. Yesterday is a map written in disappearing ink, washed away by the rising tide of goodbye. Shadows stretch until the stitches finally snap, leaving only the taste of iron and salt. Midnight untied its heavy jagged knots, Watching the night let go of everything we built. Clocks froze at the hour of the crack, stiffening the air into jagged panes of glass. Frost petals bloom across the empty pillowcase, growing where the warmth of your neck once stayed. When I moved into the marrow of these bones, turning every heartbeat into a dull rhythmic thud. Old keys grayed inside, locks that changed their shape, opening doors to rooms filled only with smoke. Thread by thread, the tapestry unraveled, spilling our colors into a gray, nameless sea. Mountains crumbled into grains of stinging sand, blinding the eyes that once swore on forever. The cable frayed, drifting toward a horizon that doesn't know your name. Counting the rings in the wood of the kitchen table, where your coffee ring is faded to a ghostly white. I'm rewriting the ending of a fractured fable, trying to keep the sun from swallowing the night. Inside these walls, gravity is shifting, pulling every memory toward the center of the floor. I'm a tethered boat, aimlessly drifting against the heavy wood of a locked and bolted door. Captain who refuses to sail away from the wreckage of a dream that's no longer afloat. Because I'm still here, still yours in the hollow and the dark, a landmark for a traveler who's never coming home. I'm the embers and the ashes, but I'm searching for the spark beneath the sky as heavy as a cathedral dome. Sirens wail when the devotion turns to rust. No thunder breaks the silence of a heart that won't move. I'm just a temple crumbling to the dark. play. Counting every second as the silence grows. The sun is just a stranger at the edge of day, bringing light to a house where nothing ever flows. Deep inside the marrow there's a latent peace, a heavy kind of armor that I grew myself. I'm waiting for the final bit of warmth to seize, like a dusty book forgotten on a high dark shelf. Hope it's just a blade that likes to twist in the ribs, a jagged little souvenir of what we used to be. I'm burning all the blankets in the wooden cribs of every dream that thought it had a right to me. Because I learned to feel empty, to kill the ache, to turn the raging ocean into solid black ice. I'm the only promise that I didn't have to break, paying for my safety with a terrible price. No thunder rattles when the feeling leaves the bone, no crashing glass to echo through the empty hall. I'm a mountain peak that's made of salt and stone, learning how to shatter without a sound at all. Beside the door, the keys are sitting in the tray, cold as the metal in the center of my palm. I've mastered the art of looking the other way, trading all the passion for a hollow gray calm. Mercury doesn't scream when the temperature drops, it just retreats into the silver of its shell. The gears are frozen and the heartbeat finally stops in the quiet vacuum of its private frozen cell. I sleep with open wounds, but the fire has gone out. There's no more smoke to signal that I'm still alive. I've silenced every ghost and I've murdered every doubt. It was the only way I knew how to survive. It's a mute religion, bowing to a wall of glass, watching the ghosts of our forever slowly pass. Safety with a terrible price. No thunder rattles when the feeling leaves the bone, no crashing glass to echo through the empty hall. I'm a mountain peak that's made of salt and stone, learning how to shatter without a sound at all. Yeah, I learned to feel nothing, just to kill the ache, to turn the raging ocean into solid black ice. I'm the only promise that I didn't have to break, paying for my safety with a terrible price. No thunder rattles when the feeling leaves the bone, no crashing glass to echo through the empty hall. I'm a mountain peak that's made of salt and stone, learning how to shatter without a sound at all. The carpet stays dry while the winter moves in, no tremor, no trace, just the stillness of the places you have been. Erased from the map of my tired face, I learned to feel nothing, and nothing is a very heavy place. Hanging my keys on the hook by the kitchen door, wiping the practice smile away from my mouth. I'm a veteran of a quiet and internal war, watching the birds of my hope heading south. Inside this hallway the walls are a velvet gray, holding the screams that I swallow in the light. I've mastered the mask of a functional day, just to earn the right to fall apart at night. Simplicity is a poison for a wound this deep. It needs the cold and the dark to truly bloom. I have a collection of promises I couldn't keep, hidden in the rafters of a windowless room. Because there's a place where the heart goes to break in secret, underneath the blanket made of static and dust. I have a ledger of pain and I'm gonna keep it away from the prying eyes of the world and its trust. No thunder rattles the windows when the spirit caves in. No sirens warn the neighbors that I'm losing the fight. I'm just a paper thin girl in a porcelain skin, shattering softly in the middle of the night. Before the dawn can bleed through the heavy drapes, I'm gathering the shards from the edge of the rug. I've become an architect of beautiful escapes, with a chest that's as hollow as a porcelain mug. Iron doesn't moan when the pressure starts to rise. It carries the tension until the molecule breaks. I'm wearing a costume of fun in my eyes while drowning in a reservoir of silent aches. I sleep with open wounds where the air can't reach, in a sanctuary built for the wreckage and the rust. I don't need a sermon and I don't need a speech. I just need a corner where I'm allowed to combust. It's a mute religion, a prayer to the floor, finding the strength to be broken once more. Yeah, there's a place where the heart goes to break in secret, underneath the blanket made of static and dust. I have a ledger of pain and I'm gonna keep it away from the prying eyes of the world and its trust. No thunder rattles the windows when the spirit caves in. No sirens warn the neighbors that I'm losing the fight. I'm just a paper thin girl in a porcelain skin, shattering softly in the middle of the night. The carpet stays dry while the dam finally leaks. No witness, no sound, just the slow motion salt on my tired cheeks, falling until they hit the ground. In the secret, in the shade, this is where the girl is unmade. Searching for your reflection in a darkened pane, but the glass only offers back a hollow stare. Autumn is a river of relentless rain, washing out the traces of the life we used to share. Deep inside my palm, the ghost wave lingers on, the shape of a hand that finally let go. I'm standing in the graveyard of 1,000 dawns, with a heavy harvest that I didn't mean to sow. Partnership is a language I've forgotten how to speak, since the conversation turned into a wall. The architecture of my spirit's growing weak, from trying to be the pillar that could never fall. Because it was a love I carried alone through the dark, a heavy gold chain that turned into a noose. I was the only one trying to fan a dying spark, while you were looking for a way to cut it loose. No sirens wail when a heart breaks in the deep. No thunder follows when the burden starts to burn. Before the clock can strike another lonely hour, I'm tracing the bruises where the pressure used to be. You were the root and I was the wilting flower, thirsting for a drop of what you wouldn't give to me. Iron doesn't scream when it burns a bridge's weight. It simply bows until the rivers start to fly. I was the only soldier at a rusted gate, prepared to live for something you let die. My shoulders are mapped with the miles I have walked uphill through the shadows of your cold retreat, to a ghost in the hallway I have quietly talked, accepting the bitter for the sake of the sweet. But a bridge made of one cannot span the divide. It just becomes a pier for the rising tide. Yeah, it was a love I carried alone through the dark, a heavy gold chain that turned into a noose. I was the only one trying to fan a dying spark, while you were looking for a way to cut it loose. No sirens wail when a heart breaks in the deep. No thunder follows when the burden starts to bone. I'm just a promise that I was the only one to keep a love I carried it, and I carried it alone. Setting the weight down softly on the floor, my back is straight, the sky is gray. I'm not a vessel for your maybe anymore. I'm walking into the light of a different day, but God, it was heavy. A love I carried alone. Now I'm just carrying mine. Counting the cracks across the plaster skin of a ceiling that's just gotten out of glow. Autumn is a visitor that's moving in, painting every window with a layer of woe. Deep in the marrow of slow motion red, twist the metal of a heart's gold. I feel the weight of a ghost around my neck. the frost. A silent thief, a brief relief. My tears, they're the only language I don't speak. Stronger than the words that make me weak. They hit the floor and leave no sound at all. Rain carves jagged rivers through the window grime, blurring a world that stopped spinning weeks ago. Crumpled maps lie discarded in the corner shadows, tracing roads that lead to dead end silences. Cold coffee rings stain the mahogany table, marking the spots where your laughter used to rest. Empty closets exhale a scent of cedar and wood smoke, haunting the hallways like a choir of quiet breaths. Invisible links soaked into every shed page, fading before the book was ever closed. Winter arrived while I was still chasing the sun, turning my footprints into puddles of glass. Echoes died long before the shout began, falling like feathers into a deep, dark well. Seconds ticked away in a room made of mirrors, reflecting a truth that I was already forgotten. Wind sweeps the porch where our shadows sat, carrying the scent of salt and distant pines. Broken floorboards groan under the weight of nothing, counting the steps of a ghost who won't leave. Clock hands spin without catching on the gears, stripping the hours of their gold in their grip. Dry leaves rattle like dice in a hollow tin cup, betting on a fire that turned to grey wool hours ago. Water carved a canyon through the center of the bed, deepening until the shores couldn't see across. Starlight failed to pierce the ceiling of this cage, drowning in a sea of thick velvet ink. The compass needle spins in a frantic broken circle, pointing to a north that vanished with your smile. Moths beat their wings against a cold dead bulb. Ashes settle where the heartbeat used to climb. The memory starves, I was already forgotten. Staring at the dust motes dancing in the light. where your laughter used to cut the air. The clock is ticking backwards through the night, tangled in a ghost thread of your hair. Inside this chest, a hollow canyon rings, echoing a name I can't quite speak. Gravity is pulling at my heartstrings until the architecture of my soul grows weak. Salt is carving rivers down a nappy skin, silent as the falling of the snow. Searching for the place where the end begins, with nowhere left for all this grief to go. Because my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor. They're just ink stains on a page that's gone white. I'm a shipwreck drifting further from the shore, vanishing without a spark of light. No glasses breaking when the fever starts to peak. No sirens wail to tell the world I'm gone. The strongest pain is often far too weak to make a sound before the coming dawn. Through the window, city lights begin to blur, bleeding like a watercolor dream. Everything is exactly as we were, except for the tearing at the seam. Iron turns to ash beneath the pressure of a promise that was never meant to hold. Loss is the only thing I have to measure. How a summer heart can turn so cold. Rain screams against the glass to be let in. Thunder begs for someone to look up, but the quietest of battles always win. Drinking poison from a crystal cup, it's a mute religion bowing to the floor. A thousand sorries dying at the door. Yeah, my tears don't make noise when they hit the floor. They're just ink stains on a page that's gone white. I'm a shipwreck drifting further from the shore, vanishing without a spark of light. No glasses breaking when the fever starts to peak. No sirens wail to tell the world I'm gone. The strongest pain is often far too weak to make a sound before the coming dawn. The carpet drinks the sorrow I let fall. Not a whisper, not a plea, just the shadow stretching tall, swallowing what's left of me. My tears, they're the only secret I still keep. Falling while the rest of the world's asleep. Reaching for a hand that's become a trick of the light. Before the caffeine could clear the fog from my head, I'm a soldier still fighting a long finish fight, smoothing out the wrinkles on your side of the bed. Between the heartbeats, the library falls to the floor. Shelves of our history turning into white noise. I'm a ghost hunter checking the lock on the door, surrounded by the wreckage of a quiet broken joys. Memory is a muscle that I'm trying to ignore, but it flexes every time I hear a car turn in the drive. I'm scrubbing your shadow off the tiles of the floor, just to see if any part of me is still alive. Because I'm still learning to lose you in the static. Every time the sky turns blue. Late waves anchor my chest to this unmade bed, pulling me down to a sea of static and smoke. Clock hands stutter like a heart that's lost its beat, while the silence wears me like a heavy winter cloak. Fragments shimmer where the future used to stand, sifting like desert sand through a trembling hand. Storm clouds gather in the hollow of my throat, and I'm a paper sailor on a sinking stone boat. Scrape the bottom of a well that has no end, chasing a shadow I can no longer defend. Light hits the bruises, but the skin remains clear. I don't understand my pain, I only know it's here. Thorns bloom underneath the surface of my pulse, stabbing at the rhythm of a name I can't forget. All maps lead me in a forest made of salt, drowning every memory in a tide of cold regret. It moves like a phantom through a house of hollow bone, claiming every hallway as a kingdom of its own. Iron chains rattle in a wind that never blows, feeding on a hunger that only a ghost knows. I reach for the fire just to see if I still burn, but the embers are lessons I refuse to ever learn. Midnight arrives with a suitcase full of wine, watching as the questions drain the color from the sky. Smoke rises from a bridge that was built of steel. Nothing in this darkness feels like anything that's real. I'm a map with no borders, a song with no refrain, lost inside the weather. I don't understand my pain. I don't understand my pain. Watching the ivy choke the life from the stone of a porch where I waited for a key in the lock. I become a statue, chilled to the bone, measuring like a mountain peak where the world goes gray. I was so busy letting the cold air in, I forgot how to breathe in the heat of the day. Hope is a moth beating wings against a spark, until the silver dust falls away from the frame. I've spent a lifetime navigating the dark, trying to find a pulse in the sound of your name. Because I'm the girl who stayed too long in the rain, thinking I could keep a paper house from the flood. I'm a slow motion map of every jagged pain, with a winner that settled deep in the blood. No sirens wail when the walls finally give, no thunder follows when the spirit goes numb. I forgot that I had a life I should live, waiting for a version of you that wouldn't come. Before the light can bruise the edge of a sky, I'm packing up the echoes of one more day. I was a bird that forgot how to fly, because I like the way your shadows would play. Iron doesn't scream when it's eaten by the salt, it just turns to orange and it turns to dust. I'm standing in the ruins of a beautiful fall, drowning in a sea of misplaced trust. My youth is a dress that no longer fits, tattered at the hem from the miles that didn't go. I'm gathering the pieces and the broken bits of a girl I used to be 1,000 years ago. I stayed for the ghost until the ghost became me. Now I'm breaking the law just to see if I'm free. Yeah, I'm the girl who stayed too long in the rain, thinking I could keep a paper house from the flood. I'm a slow motion map of every jagged pain, with a winner that settled deep in the blood. No sirens wail when the walls finally give, no thunder follows when the spirit goes numb. I forgot that I had a life I should live, waiting for a version of you that wouldn't come. The mud on my shoes is the only thing I own, a heavy departure, a quiet retreat, leaving the garden that I shouldn't have sown, and feeling the gravel underneath my feet. I stayed too long, but the dawn is finally coming on. Dust settles on the frame where we used to breathe, tracing outlines of a ghost I can't make leave. Rainwater swallows the garden we tried to grow, drowning the secrets only the floorboards know. Clock hands stutter house made of paper walls. I watched you shiver while my own ceiling falls. Footprints vanish in the rising gray debris, leaving the wreckage of the man I couldn't be. I wasn't the refuge, I was just the rain. Rust creeps across the silver rain, eating through the shine of better years. Morning air tastes like charcoal and regret, stinging lungs that forgot how to breathe alone. Heavy curtains drape like laden shrouds, drowning the sun before it hits the floor. Cold wooded groans under the weight of a ghost, walking past where your shadow used to lean. Bridges burn with a slow blue flame, swallowing the trail back to your side. Yesterday is a map written in disappearing ink, washed away by the rising tide of goodbye. Shadows stretch until the stitches finally snap, leaving only the taste of iron and salt. Midnight untied, it's heavy, jagged knots watching the night let go of everything we built. Clocks froze at the hour of the crack, stiffening the air into jagged panes of glass. Frost petals bloom across the empty pillowcase, growing where the warmth of your neck once stayed. When I moved into the marrow of these bones, turning every heartbeat into a dull rhythmic thud. Old keys grate inside locks that change their shape, opening doors to rooms filled only with smoke. Thread by thread, the tapestry unraveled, spilling our colors into a great nameless sea. Mountains crumbled into grains of steaming sand, blinding the eyes that once swore on forever. The anchor snapped, the cable frayed, drifting toward a horizon that doesn't know your name.